Yo, peace. Yo, chosen ones. If I'm talking about my chosen nagas, the men, if you're doing senior retention just to grab the bitches and shit, I'm gonna have to keep it 100 with you, 100, 1,000. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it just to get the bitches, then you already lost. Because you're gonna naturally have that draw. You know what I'm saying? With the sun, you draw things up. Like everything goes up to you. But if you're doing it just to get that reaction and just to get the attention, then you already lost to your weaker self. Because you're only gonna be able to get so high. Now, this is with the other species and the other dark forces and stuff. They do the same shit too, but they can only get to a certain level. You see, they're afraid to go all the way to experience their whole self. However, we do it, Most High, is to attain oneness with the Creator, to get past the 7th chakra that's within the body and go on to the next octave and the next octave and the next octave. This is how we do it. You know what I'm saying? So rocking the feather, it just lets you know, and it's a reminder of the heart, and the heart not being we're sitting it now in this day and time, not being a pump, but an actual vortex that spirals the crystal blood, which is the crystalline element, throughout the body. The blood moves on its own. And when you're doing semen retention, this blood connects with the cerebral spinal fluid and the light that you have in that they can't even explain. And it just illuminates your aura. So the lower spirits can see it. And they're like, damn, they want to do everything to stop it, depending on what stage you're on. Now, in this time, we are in a divine time of where the powers is changing, where it's naturally changing because it was a certain agreement or a treaty that was made upon the positioning of the stars, or what we say planets. Now it is time for the forever and everlasting righteousness to reign supreme on the plane. And this starts with mastering your lower self, your Dracan energy, your sexual energy, getting past the first 3 chakras, and then going to the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and then 7th, 8th, and 9th, all the way up. You know what I'm saying? And the 9th chakra is just, that connects you all the way to that great number 13, and then beyond. We got 5 minor notes inside the 2. We together will be harmoniously, symphonic, melodically playing a song of a soulful spiritual melodies, music, without just existence. You know what I mean? So we'll be meshing together. When they see nagas together, it's like, damn, it's like music, it's art, living in life. They're like, damn, they can actually see the Creator interacting with their self on a higher plane of existence. This is why it's important, so you can see what's what when you deal with celibacy in this season, which is right before the great solar eclipse over Amaru, forming the tile over Bethlehem, Illinois, 2024. So you got a little time to get together. However, the whole little 12 months, that's the one you really want to focus on. At least the 7th and the 8th, so you can be up in the higher chakras and you'll be thinking different. We'll all be thinking on a different plane. We'll be raising up the vibration of the plane no matter where we at. We don't have to be together. We can do this separately. So they can't say, oh, we're doing a sex code or no shit like that. We're doing it separately on our own now, because we are our own foundation given from the Creator. Knowledge being the foundation, which is today. Foundation, which means to look, listen, observe, and respect. What? Look, listen, observe what? Self, which is wisdom made manifest. You can see yourself inside out, as above, so below, parallel, whichever you want to say it. You can see it. And to see is to have a clear perception, which is the understanding, the best part of the conversation, seeing with the mind, having a clear perception in the mind's eye. And to do that is when you raise that kundalini, raise that light. Because no one ever gave us this science. Not no Malachi York, not no Honorable Elijah Muhammad, not no, Malcolm X didn't know nothing like that. He wasn't, that wasn't his specialty. I ain't gonna say he didn't know nothing like this, but that just wasn't his specialty. He was more on the political thing. He would have been a lawyer and all of that, but they blue balled him in ways. He was very, very smart and intelligent. We had political, rebels. So this is why we say free the political prisoners, because they're really innocent. It's not like they did something and we got to free all the prisoners. We got to free the political ones. the ones that can actually teach. And then we have our rebels, our armies, and shit like that. But the only way to get on that accord is if every man can get on this celibacy kick. We can jumpstart it, boom, right now today. You got 5 months at least to get it right down pat, 5-4 months. And then you start operating on a higher level. We'll be thinking these things into existence. We'll be being in tune with our light military, our light armies. They doing things like what we always wanted to do. We don't need all this so-called nuclear energy that they got. Malachi York said that the volcanoes is where other beings made volcanoes to store their nuclear energy at. He doesn't want to say that they're naturally occurring. There's so many different things that they don't want you to know because it's all to keep the NAGA asleep. Now, when the Dracons come on, the dragons, you see in China, this is public footage. They destroying gas plants. They're destroying, nuclear plants. They won't even let start. So let's see who's really against it. The Dracons are the Seraphim, the army of the Most High, the highest ranking angels on this plane. The aerial phenomenon, this aerial life as well. You just can't see it's higher vibrations. But you can once you start practicing semen secretion. Get really talented. A lot of beings, their genetic makeup can't even do that. You'll be so out of their league that you can't even be in their presence. They can't even be in your presence without getting so-called horny a little bit. When you just naturally occurring. They're men. If they low in their light, they start grabbing their divine eye looking at you damn near. It's like, oh shit, man, see? But they haven't been not even a year within. Not even a few weeks. So you understand and you know this, you know what I mean? So you're the one that's responsible for the whole interaction at that point. Because it's like your awareness is a little higher than theirs. So yeah, this is why it's very much encouraged for this to set the tone right now. Celibacy is the way right now, yo. This season for sure. Women, do it. Make them do it, yo. Y'all do it together. Well, you only get this eat on the pie, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. That's it. Y'all still keep that kundalini going, and he can still keep everything righteous, and allow you to get into the orgasmic experience, the spiritual nature of the orgasm, and y'all manifest things from there. But yeah, it's the movement now, y'all. You got to, and get to your climate if you can right now. Get ready to get to researching, doing the knowledge. Knowledge is dealing in equality. So when you born, you see what knowledge born, KNOWLEDGE. That equals out 6, and 6 is equality in the supreme map. We're gonna have to go over that so you can have the pinpoints, because this was manifested for us, and we all have our supreme understanding just by looking at mathematics on our own. This new supreme mathematics. There was old ones in old cycles, and this cycle, this is the new cycle. You're living in a time where everything is made new now. It's new. And this gonna be ancient. But we're starting now, right here in Hawaii. Spreads out to the rest of the world. This is where the kingdom of the Most High is founded. The kingdom is inside self, and then it radiates on the outside. All right? So I love y'all. Peace. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.